Hello, my name is Andeea, and I'm your host. Welcome to the Quantum Recovery Podcast. I'm a licensed counselor and quantum health coach, and this podcast is all about exploring the new quantum health paradigm. My mission is to simplify the quantum biology practices and principles so you can thrive in your recovery. I'm so happy you're here, and remember, this is for educational purposes only. Hello, it's Andeea. Welcome to the Quantum Recovery Podcast. I'm so excited for this episode. We are going to be talking everything about Blueblockers. So right now I have like 7 pairs of Blueblockers to my side here that I'm going to show you today. Now, a couple things. If you're listening to this on audio only, you might, and you're curious what I'm showing on the screen, you might want to hop over to YouTube to watch this episode. I would appreciate a like and comments and subscribing on YouTube. This will help get this information to more people. But a couple things that I want to just mention is I am not an eye doctor by any means. I am not an eye expert by any means. And all of the glasses I'm talking about today are fully tinted. They have been tested. They are brands that I stand behind because they are eye nerds, basically. And we love people who are really passionate about this information. That is why they created these brands, because they were so passionate, right? So some of these brands you can pay with a health savings account or a flex account. Health savings cards are a benefit that some people have. Most of these companies I'm going to be talking about do accept. And every single one of these companies, I'm an affiliate, except one, the Spectra479, technically not a direct affiliate. They're good. So I want to make sure that even though I am an affiliate, you benefit because you get a discount if you do purchase, and I just want to be very transparent. You also support my small business by doing so. And I joke that I have a cross addiction to eyeglasses, and I absolutely love glasses. And so that's why I'm so excited to share and just kind of nerd out on all my Blueblockers that I've collected over the last 4 years. So also, one thing to note, these glasses are purchased online, and you can get prescription and you can get readers. So when you are at the eye doctor, it's not always included in your eye exam, like on the actual script, your pupillary distance, or it'll say PD on most of the brands. And I'll note if they don't ask for it, but most brands are going to ask for that. And it's not always tested. It's where they put those glasses up to you and then they measure. So that is something that you can ask for at your exam. And my doctors they know that I'm going to be purchasing glasses through a different vendor and not them, and they're more than happy to have me come back and get glasses fitted. So in my experience, it's never been an issue. So I want you to just know that. And let's see, the other thing I wanted to note is the reason I'm talking about this is because for recovery, one of the needle movers to heal quantumly, right, is by blocking blue light at night, blocking artificial light. Alan, we've talked about this already. And so that's why I'm covering this, to make sure that, getting Blueblockers is a pretty low investment for our health. And some of the ones I'm going to show you are more spendy than other ones, but this is going to be information so you can actually know which ones to purchase and what's going to be right for you. And also I personally only will drive at night with my yellow lenses on. Okay. Even if the website says you can drive with the orange, personally, I just think it's a little bit too dark. If I'm a passenger, I'll have my orange ones on, but if I'm the driver, I only feel safe driving in my yellow ones. You're going to have to just kind of, have that experience and check for yourselves. But then other brands will say, do not drive with the orange, and definitely don't drive with the red ones on, but it will say that the orange ones are too dark. So just to be safe, I actually never drive with my orange ones on. I only use yellow. So that's one of the reasons I like having multiple pairs, because I have a pair that just kind of stay in the car. Because I actually used to always wear contacts. I used to always get contacts at my eye exams every year. Now I never do. And the reason is because I would have to take out my contacts every single time I would want a light break. I'm not going to do that. I want to be able to just put them onto my head. This is how I always put them on. I just thought I'd show this little tip because I think it's a silly one, but it works. So whenever I put my glasses up like this, they always slide down. So this is just my regular glasses that there's no blue blocking benefits or anything. But I usually have my hair up, so I just take the arms, I think these are called, and I put them in, and then they just sit on top of my head in case I need them. I actually only will wear my glasses if I need them. And some of my blue blockers do not have a script and some of them do. So I will talk about that as I go. I think there was one more thing that I wanted to mention. Oh, I want to go over just really roughly the benefits of each, because I remember when I first started wearing blue blockers, I didn't know when to wear the yellow and the orange and the red. I was always confused. And until I actually started wearing them, I didn't I eventually learned, but I didn't learn right away. I didn't really know. I just knew I was doing something good by blocking that blue light at night. So the benefits of the yellow, we want to wear the yellow during the day, especially more in the morning. And also as we go into later afternoon. Now, during the day, typically, I always have Iris on my computer. Iris is a software that I will put a link in the show notes. Iris is the best blue blocking software that we can put on our computer. I'm going like this because my computer is right in front of me. It's because I have to have two screens. So it's very important that I have Iris on my computer. It's a pretty low investment. It's like $15 for life. You do have to purchase it separately on each computer that you have. And then I keep the window open. The window's actually letting in blue light, because during the day, when it's actually in that broad, full, beautiful spectrum, we want that light. We don't really want to be blocking blue light all day long. So it is important to note that, you don't need to be having blue blockers on all day long. If you have really excessive migraines and whatnot, I think that it might be beneficial for you to play with it. But I definitely think getting the iris on the computer is going to help. And then as Dr. Jack Cruz, he says, that there is a little bit of blue light coming from the iris. I would imagine he knows that because he probably tested it with a spectrometer. I do not have a spectrometer to measure it, but so I will often wear a little scarf around my neck to protect my thyroid. And then I will also have the iris. And then during the more morning hours, usually don't wear my blue blockers anywhere from about noon or even 11 a.m. to about 3. I don't find a need for them because I'm usually in full spectrum light because I'm able to open my window. Remember, a closed window is only going to let in basically just the blue light. It's not going to let in the UV light. It's not going to let in that full spectrum, right? We want to let in that full spectrum. If we can have windows and doors open, letting the light into our house, the better off we are. We want to get as much natural light during the day as possible on bare eyes. This is why I like to not have glasses on at all if I can help it. I don't want people to get the idea that you have to buy things to live quantum or even to biohack or whatever terminology you want to use. I don't want people to think that. I don't want you to think that you have to buy something, but in this case, for this topic, blue blockers are how you are going to block artificial light at night, especially if you're going to wind down and watch a show or something like that. You're going to need blue blockers, but they're for the most part a pretty low investment. I wear my blue blockers every single day. I don't never go a day without their great investment. And there's ones that are on the lower end, and then there's ones that are on the higher end of the spectrum as far as what you'll pay for them. So I will say that. And then basically just overall benefits. So circling back, when do we wear yellow? That's when we wear yellow. So that's going to help reduce eye strain. It's going to help with energy. It's going to help with cognitive function and improving concentration. From what we learned last week about post-acute withdrawal syndrome, if you're in early recovery, you're going to have cognitive issues, maybe. You're going to have concentration issues, maybe. Energy, maybe. So if these things are, or fatigue, or if these things are, on a scale of 1 to 10, like anywhere from a 7 to a 10, it might be beneficial that you're blocking that artificial light, right? In fact, we know that it is going to 100% be beneficial. So orange. Orange lenses are you're going to wear before sunrise and then after sunset. So these are going, most blue blocker orange are going to block all of 100% of the blue spectrum. And some of them also block 100% of the green, but most of them have a little bit of the green. Sometimes green light can disrupt people's sleep. So, they go for the red. Now, not every single brand even carries red because their orange block enough and the benefits are there that they probably don't deem it necessary. And then there are some brands that just have a yellow and then a red. So I'm going to go over red in a second, but orange is really critical. I probably wear my orange glasses the most. And the reason is because that is going to allow cortisol to hit at the right time. So in the morning before sunrise, I don't want my cortisol to be triggered by looking at an artificial blue light. For instance, if I turn a light on, that is not the light signal I want first thing in the morning. So I'm putting my orange lenses on right away. I sleep with an eye mask on. So as soon as I lift my eye mask up, I'm putting on my orange lenses and I'm wearing them throughout the morning until the sun rises. Now, if I'm waking up with the sunrise, depending on the season, like right now, I can wake up with the sunrise. So it's pretty much a non-issue. I can get that first light right when I wake up. However, I still have to, walk through the house. Most of the windows are closed. So I still will put on my orange lenses and then until I go outside and actually get the right signal from outdoor, full spectrum, beautiful, gold standard, right? Light, the light that we crave and want. And then, you can also still see with orange on, like if you're watching TV, or whatnot, I do suggest getting like something to just cover your TV. There's a brand called Waken. It's WAKN. I am not an affiliate of them, but I do have his products and that's just going to cover the whole entire TV. So then if your kiddos don't want to wear blue blockers, I don't know if your kids are young enough or if they're too young, and they might not keep glasses on. This is going to protect them, right? And it's also going to protect your, if you don't have a protector on your TV, then, the blue light's still coming in. And even if you're blocking it and your skin is exposed to it, there's photoreceptors are in our skin that's taking in that signaling. So there's benefits to that too, to just blocking all, the whole screen of the TV. But any which way, my actual point was that orange is going to let you see some color. If you wear your red ones, you're going to it's going to look like you're watching black and white TV is my experience. So, that's the orange. And then again, I personally do not feel safe driving with my orange lenses on, and I will only drive with the yellow. Now, red is pretty easy little thing to remember, red before bed. If you put red lenses on, oh, wait a minute, I need to back up to orange. So reducing cortisol. Orange is going to reduce cortisol as we go into the evening. We don't want our cortisol at a high in the evening. So if we're getting artificial blue light in the evening, it's going to keep our cortisol on. So this is why it's important to wear the orange lenses right after sun goes down, because this isn't going to be as blocking as much as the red will. So going into red, now it's red before bed. We are going to boost melatonin with the red ones. We're going to probably get sleepy a little bit fast. So you might not want to just pop on the red ones as soon as the sun goes down if you're not planning on going to bed super early. But you're definitely going to notice you're going to get to sleep quicker and you're going to have a deeper sleep. This is going to mimic what we would normally, see like fire, light or whatnot. And yeah, easy to remember, red before bed. So some of the brands that I want to talk about are the first one I'm going to talk about, and these are in no specific order. All these brands are my favorite. I love all of them. Are Raw Optics is what we're going to talk about first. So this is the Maxwell frame. I personally like the Maxwell because it's the largest frame they have. I've tried on every single one. I do not recall if I had to buy every single pair and then they refunded me. I wish I could remember those details for you all, but these companies that I'm talking about, they're, small businesses that we want to support. They've done a lot of research around the lenses themselves, what to make the glasses out of. it's very beautiful thing. So their day ones are going to block 95% of the blue, and they are fully tinted, like I said at the beginning. Now, these are biodegradable because they're made out of Italian acetate. Italian acetate is actually a plant-based plastic, so it's cellulose, and it's usually derived from cotton and wood. One of the most famous companies for acetate, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Mazzucchelli, is an Italian brand. 175 years they've been producing Italian acetate for eyeglasses. Now, the reason that they use that is because it's more durable and flexible. It's hypoallergenic, and it's way better than petroleum-based plastic, of course. And I did try to look up to see if Italian acetate sheds microplastics, even though it's a plastic that's derived from cotton and wood, and I couldn't really find anything. So, but honestly, most really good glasses brands, they're going to be Italian acetate, and these ones are. Now, the other frames were a little small for my face. That's why I like the Maxwells. So if you like a bigger glass, there's another pair, I can't quite remember the name of it, but there's another one that's kind of dark, but they're just a little bit small. They were small on my face anyway. I don't remember the exact measurements, but I have a more round, kind of sometimes, I guess, heart-shaped face. So, but if you do like bigger glasses like I do, you definitely want to get the Maxwells. So this is the yellow pair. And then I also have the orange pair, and both of these are prescription. These ones are going to block all of the red and all of the green. So this is why this brand doesn't even have a red option. They just have the day and the night. Okay. So this is actually my first pair of Blueblockers, this set. And one of the reasons I liked it is because it was just 2 pairs. This was before I found Viva Rays, which we're going to talk about next. With this brand, you can pay with an HSA card, and they do ask for your pupillary distance. And I actually took these are the pair I took back to the eye doctor, and they did a fitting for me, and it was wonderful. And, because it's Italian acetate, it was easy for them to fit them to my face. This is the case that the Maxwells come in. It's a black case, and then it comes with a nice cloth. Okay, so the other Viva Rays not Viva Rays, the other raw optics that I have are the Yoganandas. This is an aviator style. I wear these a lot. This is my most recent pair. Absolutely love them. They are so lightweight, and they come in a different color case. This is the case that they come in. And I love these just as much and wear them quite often. All right, so Viva Rays. Love this company. Rudy and Joy are wonderful, and their assistant Rain has helped me so much. So shout out to her. I have also tried on every single frame at Viva Rays. And also, I do not recall if I had to pay for all the frames or what I did, because it was kind of a long time ago. So, but any which way, the cool thing about Viva Rays is, I've been on a toxin-free journey for a really long time, and I remember my glasses being something that I definitely wanted to shift, and I could never find wooden frames that I liked. There were wooden frames out there, but not ones that I liked. So the reason that I love Viva Rays and why I feel a need to have, you might be thinking, why does she need so many Blueblockers? Technically, I don't, but Viva Rays are a little bit different, and I'm going to explain to you why. So the ones that I love are actually made out of ebony wood. These are called the Day Glows, and they're the ones that are called the 4-in-1s. And the reason that they're called 4-in-1s is because right now, if I were to go, and these are also prescription, and you can use your HSA card. If I go outside right now, the UV light, up to 60% of the UV light is going to be able to transmit through these lenses because they're transmitter lenses. So if I actually don't, these are great for when I'm working, because if I have to have my glasses on, I have to have them on. But I try not to wear them, remember. But if I do have to have them on and I don't need the blue blocking, then I can just wear these, and I can also go outside for my light breaks. I still typically take them off if I go outside for a light break. But if I'm somewhere where I need to keep them on, or I'm driving, let's say, these are wonderful because you're getting that UV signal through them, and tons of benefits of that, of course, that we talk about with sunlight, right? But these are sustainably sourced ebony wood, so they're non-toxic. And I'm going to show you the cool thing that they do. So you get different lenses. I'm going to show you each one, and they just go on like a magnet. They just click on. So this is the yellow, and their yellow is going to transform 100% of the good light or the bad light into good light. And then their orange is going to block 100% of the blue. So again, this set, it's going to let in a little bit of the green. And if people are sensitive, you're definitely going to want to put the red ones on, and they have the red. And this is going to block 100% of the blue and the green light. Okay. So, and remember, red before bed. So this would be what you would wear before bed. So that is that pair. And then the Spectra479 brand. The reason that I love this brand is because a lot of, my clients, they will want, like, they don't want to do all this fancy stuff. These are not as pricey. So the Raw Optics and the Viva Rays, they're more pricey. They're going to be, and they also offer the prescription. So they're very well made. I absolutely love them. If you need to invest in glasses, I strongly recommend you would invest in Raw Optics or the Viva Rays. These ones, they go right over your glasses. Okay. So they would just they'll sit really nicely over readers. They're not sitting very nicely over these ones, but these will fit over most regular glasses that you have. So these are called Fit Overs, I think they call it. It comes in a box. Yeah, Fit Over glasses. Comes in a box, and then it comes with a little a case that you can wipe them off or whatnot. Now they have other ones too, and other styles, and I will put a link in the show notes. And another brand that I actually don't own a pair, but I've heard very good things, and I recommend them all the time because they're very durable, is from a company called Midwest Red Light Therapy. Now, his Blueblockers were sold out because I wanted to order a pair just so I would have them to show you. And then I would just, they're just a really nice traditional, it's a dark frame, dark lens. And it's nice and simple, and you can like sit on them and bend them, and they're just really durable. They're not going to break. So if you have kids, it's a lower cost. I believe they're $35. It's a lower cost. They're $35 or $40. Anyways, and I have a discount for you. And they're on that lower spectrum for as far as what you're going to spend. So if you want a low investment, like that's a great one. And plus it's going to be really durable, and they'll definitely get their use. Now that brand, you cannot get prescription. I do not think he offers that. This other brand I'm going to talk about next is called EMR Tek. So EMR Tek is also this is the first pair of Blueblockers I had that were non-prescription. So, and I just love these because they're aviators as well. So this is the yellow pair, and they're a gold frame. And the yellow is going to block 100% of the 400 to 450 nanometer, and it's going to be basically 90% of the general blue light. And then the red pair, which is my first red pair that I had, which is why I was able to say it's going to look like you're watching the TV black and white. This is going to be 100% of the blue and green light up to 570 nanometers. Now, he's going into nanometers on this website. This is what we want to see. People who test their glasses and they nerd out about the spectrums they're blocking, the benefits of each one. This is what we want to see when we are looking for a brand. There are also other brands that I'm an affiliate of that I haven't purchased their Blueblockers yet, so I'm not going to talk about them. I'll do more videos like this in the future because I do like to share my experience. But for the most part, these are all the main ones. And absolutely Love them. Now, the EMR Tek brand, you can't use an HSA card if that is something that you're looking to do. And they also have a clear option, which they're very cute lenses. There's a rose-colored clear, and then there's like a clear option. And the clear option only blocks 30% of blue. There may very well be instances where you only need to block 30% of blue. But for the most part, actually, technically, my very first pair of blue blockers were none of these. I actually had asked my eye doctor, I had a vintage frame, and I asked them to put blue blockers in it, no prescription, just the blue blocking lenses. And they actually were clear lenses that had kind of a blue tint, and which made no sense to me. They did confirm when I went back to them, they did confirm that they block blue light, but I didn't know about nanometers at that time. I didn't know of the right questions to ask at that time. So they very well were, just like they told me. I'm sure they weren't lying to me, but those blue blockers were very likely only blocking probably like 30% of the blue light. They just weren't blocking the whole spectrum. For the whole spectrum to be blocked, they're going to need to be yellow, orange, or red tinted. That is just the reality. You're not going to find a clear pair of glasses that are blocking what you need to block. So I just want to make that very clear. This is why you don't just want to go on Amazon and Google and, Google blue blockers or whatever, and then just get what's kind of you think is cute or whatever. I used to be like that. No shame in that. But this is why I'm doing this video, so I can show you what there is out there and my experience of it and what's cute. And yeah, I think that is about it. There is one thing I want to add, and I have said throughout this episode that, if I can help it, I don't want to wear my glasses. And that's because I actually want to heal my eyes. And I learned about this through this book called Take Your Glasses Off and See by Jacob Lieberman. And I'm going to just read a paragraph out of this. The last time I got my eyes checked, I can't remember my prescription to be exact, but it got better. And I'm 45 years old. My eyesight got a little bit better. And I went to a behavioral optometrist, there's a list of them in the back of this book. And she was willing, because I messaged them before I made the appointment, she was willing to give me a prescription that was just a teeny bit less, but safe enough for driving and whatnot, so I can actually heal my eyes. I just want to read this paragraph. So it's on page 23, if you're curious. If the hereditary shape of the eyeball is really the cause of weak vision, why didn't our ancestors suffer from the same problems? People do not realize that an epidemic of vision problems, especially myopia, has recently emerged in the industrialized world, while nearsightedness is still almost unheard of in less developed societies. The incidence of myopia seems to escalate within one generation as people become more literate and spend more time indoors. Remember, we are spending about 90% of our time indoors. So I'm going to leave, if you're curious about this, I'm going to leave a link in the show notes for the book and a link in the show notes for Iris, the software that I was talking about, and all of the blue blocking glasses that I talked about today. I hope that this was helpful for you in making a decision about what blue blockers are right for me, because I have so many links about blue blockers in the show notes that I've been putting. And so I just wanted to make it clear why there's all those brands. And it's because depending on, your lifestyle and situation, now you are going to be able to make a decision on what might be helpful for you. And if you have any questions or there's something I didn't cover, definitely message me. But for now, that is it. I'll see you next time. Drink water. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you found value in this information. And if you did, please share it. Another way to support the podcast is to leave a 5-star review. If you want to connect, you can message me on Instagram or email me at andearay@outlook.com. And remember, drink water.